محمد بشر بشر وليس كالبشر بلوا يا قتة والناس كالحجر بل هو
I am going to discuss the education in Mauritania since this is where I live. Mauritania is a low-developed country with not many resources and educational opportunities. In the past, it was mostly known for nomadic herding and farming. During the French colonizations, the people began following its educational system. Even after, they kept using it and gradually improved it over the years, even though schooling was not compulsory. Mauritanian education begins at the pre-primary level, where children aged 4 to 6 attend Quranic school, where they are encouraged to memorize verses from the Quran. At age 6, they enter formal education, which is compulsory and supposed to be free for all. However, families are often unable to afford the cost of education materials and school feeding, especially in rural areas. They prefer to keep them for domestic work. The country also has limited infrastructures to provide transportation. So this report details all the policy of rights of free education. In 2001, the government established a policy where the primary education is compulsory in Mauritania under the law of the obligation to provide basic education for children of both sexes, ages between 6 and 14 years of age for period of schooling of at least 6 years of basic education should be provided in a public. If family don't follow that policy, they have to pay a mandatory tax fee if the child doesn't come to school for 6 days. This also includes private schools. In response to the new policy, the overall literacy rate in the country has increased. The education sector made a significant progress between 2002 and 2013. The rate of the children who has completed primary school increased from 53% to 71%. With the help of the global partnerships such as UNICEF and World Bank, who contribute to the reform for the education program, more than 1,000 schools have been built around the country with public and or private schools. Nevertheless, several issues related to the sector continue to exist, like low quality of teaching, limited materials, infrastructures, and the lack of qualified teachers. This report supports that claim, showing the ineffectiveness of free quality education. Also, the inadequate control that people are following the policy, especially in a village. Therefore, the policy doesn't guarantee a good education in the public schools. The report also shows how this policy affects teachers. It states, furthermore, private schools often avail of the service of teachers from the public sectors, and this has a really important impact on the right to education of children enrolled in public schools. Qualified teachers most often prefer to teach in the private than the public schools because they are better paid there. In effect, public schools are left with only a limited amount. Since they are left without teachers, Mauritania has a large lower class. Most of people cannot afford private schools. In a conclusion, the education sector has done a lot of progress over the years. even though there are still flaws. The Ministry of Education are working on solving these issues. So to finish off, I'm going to ask you questions to discuss how do you think the Mauritanian government can improve the education sector? Thank you.